Okay, today we're talking about sump pump maintenance, testing the pump. I will show you how to replace a bad check valve and how to adjust the float switch. So sump pump maintenance items. Does the sump pump turn on and evacuate the water from the sump? Does the float switch work? Is it properly adjusted, or does it get stuck? Is the sump pit itself clean, or is it full of trash and dirt and mud and debris? That would need to be cleaned out. Is the discharge area outside the building clean and clear and not blocked off or plugged up? So here is the sump pit. You can see down inside it's clean. We see the pump, the float switch, and the discharge pipe. So we'll use a garden hose and fill this pit with water. And we'll check the operation of the pump and the float switch. As the water level rises in the sump, the float switch will float up, or should float up, and turn on the pump. And once the pump pumps all the water out of the sump pit, the float switch obviously will float down and will turn off the pump, or it should turn off the pump. So we'll plug the pump in. Oh, and we can see right away we have a water leak at the bottom of our check valve. So let's replace this check valve. See if we can pinpoint the leak. You can use a screwdriver or nut driver. Just loosen the hose clamps. Let me get this lid out of the way. So when you buy a new one-way check valve, they usually will come with new rubber boots and stainless steel clamps. It's a good idea to replace those at the same time. These ones are almost 20 years old. They've gotten soft and swollen. So we'll replace those at the same time today. Woo! So here's our new one-way check valve. You can see the arrow needs to be pointing up to discharge. And these are designed to attach to 1.5" diameter pipe or 1.25" diameter pipe. You can just simply flip the rubber boot around to accommodate your specific setup. And that's what I'm doing here. So I flip the boot around because we have 1.5" diameter pipe here. Yeah, you want to tighten your hose clamps up, but not too tight that you crack the plastic check valve. And then simply slide the boot on to your discharge pipe. Tighten the hose clamp. And then connect the other end of your discharge pipe that goes outside the building. Tighten the hose clamp. And again, you can see our arrow is pointing up. Good to go. Then plug the sump pump back in. Add a little bit more water to the sump pit. Check for leaks. And you can see the pit. The pump is discharging the water out of the pit properly now. No more leaks. Here's a close-up view of what the sump pump looks like. Here we're adjusting the float switch because it had too long of a tether, and when the float switch floated up, it will get stuck against the side wall of the pit. That's not good, because once the water gets pumped out of the pit, you could burn up your pump. Or conversely, if the float switch cannot float up, the pit will fill up with water and overflow, and the pump will never turn on. So it's crucial that your float switch is properly adjusted. And then test your adjustment. I also recommend zip tying the cables, power cables up out of the way, preferably like against a discharge pipe, so they don't interfere with the float switch. Now obviously if your sump pump was cracked or broken or did not turn on, you may need to replace your sump pump. So there you can see it's a much shorter range of travel now, so we'll no longer hit the sidewall of the pit. So we'll reattach that hose clamp again. And then we'll test our work to make sure everything is working properly. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.